Hello everyone, my name is K. Arshavardhan. I am from CSM section. Now I am discussing about the electric shock and its prevents. Now we are discussing about electric shock. Electric shock is a sudden involuntary reaction of the body to an electric current passing through it. We all know that what happens when we lead to the electric shock. It leads to death also. It can result in mild discomfort, serious injury or even death. Here we are discussing about the symptoms of the electric shock. When we lead to electric shock, then these type of conditions will happen in our body. We lightly feel discomfort and we slightly seriously injured or even we can become dead. Understanding the causes and preventive measures is crucial to avoid electric shock incidents. At the next slide, we can discuss about the preventions of the electric shock and causes of the electric shocks and further some more. Now we are discussing about the causes of electric shock. Direct contact with live electrical wires or equipment. When we touch the electrical wires with our hand directly, then we can lead to the electric shock. Then the electric shock from the another body will enters to the our body. And again, faulty electrical appliances or wiring like high voltage supplies or DPs, wet conditions that increase conductivity. As we all know that the water is an good conductor of electricity. When we touch the electrical wires with our wet conditions, then we lead to the electric shock and it will feel discomfort and serious injuries. So we have to be very careful. Now we are discussing about consequences of electric shock. As we know that the when we lead to the electric shock, what cases will arrive in our health issues means our body, muscle contractions means the pains in our muscles, burns means itching, and tissue damage. The tissues which present in our body will be damaged. Cardiac arrest. The heartbeat rate will be slowed down and it will stops beating. Or respiratory failure. The lungs which breathe the air will stop in severe cases. Short-term or long-term neurological damage. Our nerves will be damaged due to these electric shocks and somehow electrical wires or electric current will be measured in a milliamperes. At some milliamperes, at some cases, we can lead to be some health conditions, as we know from this figure. At 1 milliampere thrust, at 2 milliamperes mild shock, at 5 milliamperes GFCI will trip, at 10 milliamperes can't let go, at 20 milliamperes muscle contractions, at 30 milliamperes suffocation possible, at 60, 90, at 100 heart stops beating, at 200, 300 breathing stops, at 900 severe burns. So further somehow. Now we are discussing about the preventive measures, personal safety. What safety measures will help us from the electric shock? Always assume that electrical equipment is live until proven otherwise. Use insulated tools when working on electrical system. There will be some insulators, means which doesn't conduct the electricity. We have to use that insulated tools while working on electrical systems. Avoid using electrical appliances near water sources. As I told you, water is a good conductor of electricity, so we have to be very careful by using electrical appliances near water sources. Now we are discussing about preventive measures installation safety. Ensure all electrical installations comply with the safety standards. Regularly inspect and maintain wiring and appliances. We have to regularly check whether the electrical appliances are good or not, because they will lead to be old or rust. Then it lead to be electric shocks. Use residual current devices RCDs to quickly cut off power in case of a fault. Here we can see 6 useful electrical safety tips. Tip 1. If a fuse blows, turn off all appliances and lights that are on the circuit before changing the fuse. Tip 2. Use a flashlight. Don't try to replace a fuse in the dark. Tip 3. Pull the plug, not the cord, when disconnecting an electrical device. Like this we can see tip 4. Keep cords away from sources of heat and water. Tip 5. Do not place a cord under a carpet through a door. Could be stepped on. Tip 6. If you use an electrical lawnmower, only cut the grass when it's dry and never when it's raining. Now we are discussing about preventive measures, training and awareness. Provide electrical safety training to employees and household members. Providing the training to every employee is a good thing to prevent us from the leading the electric shock. Display warning signs near electrical hazards. Some we can know that the warning signs are there for the electrical shocks. We have to follow them. Encourage reporting of any electrical malfunctions or abnormalities. We have to immediately complain if any electrical devices will behave abnormal. Electrical safety do's and do nots. We can see here what we have to do and what we have to do not to from escaping from the electric shock. Now we are discussing about emergency response. When anyone lead to electric shock, then we have to follow these rules. In case of electric shock, immediately disconnect power and seek medical help. Do not touch the victim until the power is off, or use non-conductive materials to move them, means insulators. Perform CPR. CPR means keeping our hands on their heart and make and applying the pressure to make their heartbeat normal, and monitor vital signs until help arrives. Electric shock can be prevented through awareness, proper training, and awareness to safety protocols. As we discussed now, we all discussed about training awareness and awareness to safety protocols and awareness. Implementing preventive measures can significantly reduce the risk of electric shock incidents. Remember, safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity. So we have to be careful when we are working with the electrical appliances, and we doesn't have to touch with the wet hands. So be careful. So thank you.